Welcome to the Tony Gaskin Show, best-selling author, celebrity life coach, and international speaker. The purpose of this show is to bring you motivation, inspiration, and education in the areas of life, love, and business. Thank you for joining me. Now let's get started. You know, I want to share something with you. In 2018, I'm working with a small group, just a small group. We're still filling it up, but no more than 40 people in a program I call the Year of Change, where we come together and we connect. We have a private Facebook group. We do a weekly call for the first 10 weeks of 2018. We're going to do a weekly call, and I'm going through my 10 rules for a great year, and then we'll just connect the rest of the year in the private Facebook group, you know, just motivating one another, doing competitions, weight loss competitions for cash prizes, things like that, just building, bouncing ideas off one another, motivating one another. You know, because my following is 90% women, it's a chance it could be me and all ladies, but we're going to hopefully have some guys in there too to kind of, you know, mix it up. But the first key, and I'm going to share a few of these with you on the podcast, can't give you all of them because they are exclusive to the group. The first key is to align your spirit. Align your spirit. So this is, I would say, rule number one. Now, I'm a Christian, and so I love God, and one key for me always to have a great year is to align my spirit with God, meaning that I have to be in right standing. And a lot of times we don't really look at our lives. We don't pay attention, and we kind of just live, and we allow the world to, you know, shift us and shape us and move us and make us. And we don't look within. We don't think about, where is my spirit? You know, how am I processing my thoughts, my feelings? Where am I operating from? You have to think about where you are operating from because it's so important. And with social media, especially, you know, Facebook and Instagram, you have the opportunity every day to look at what someone else is doing. So you can look at what someone else is doing and just feel miserable. You know, you can feel miserable. And I remember those feelings. I remember, you know, looking at, oh, this person's doing this person's doing that. And it's been some years now that I've been free from that. But when I first got started out, it was competition. And that competition turns to envy and jealousy. And then that turns to frustration. And then every time you get the opportunity, you're speaking from frustration. Instead of being a hopeful and a dreamer and a doer, you're speaking from frustration because you're tired of waiting on your blessing. You're tired of waiting on your opportunity. And the reason why you are tired of waiting on your opportunity is because you are comparing your life to others, which is something that we do. And so what happens is we start to operate from the wrong place. We start to operate from the wrong place. And when your spirit is not in right standing, you cannot receive your blessings. You will block your blessings by being out of order in your spirit. So if you are operating from hate, if you are operating from jealousy, if you are operating from bitterness or spite, envy, all of these things, anger, frustration, you are hindering your blessings. You're blocking your blessings. You're pushing them away because you cannot receive good things into a negative space. So if your spirit is not right, and you have to think about this, what will it take to get your spirit in order? You know, what do you need to read? What do you need to listen to? What do you need to do? Do you need to create a daily routine? Do you need to have a routine so that every day you get up at a certain time, or at a certain time every day you get still and you are praying? or meditating or dreaming or counting your blessings, shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance? Are you thankful? Are you counting your blessings one by one? Or are you counting your problems one by one? Which are you counting? Because whichever you are counting is what will be magnified and what will multiply in your life. So if you count blessings, you will be aware of more opportunities to be blessed. If you're counting problems, you will attract more problems. You will create more problems. So you have to have your spirit aligned. Now, this came to me by default because I try not to be overly saved and overly, Christian. And whenever I try to, post something, I would post it. And for me, walking with God and putting God first is a given. So I will leave that off the top of the list because I feel like that's already there. It's a given. And then you will have, the choir, you will have the super Christians. Oh, number one needs to be trust God or put God first. And I said, you know what? I know that, and that's already clear for me, and I thought that was understood, but obviously it's not. So let me make it a point to name God. Now, see, I put align your spirit, just because you have to be able to draw people in. And when I say align your spirit, this also means the way I even titled it. It doesn't say put God first. It doesn't say trust God because that's what you're doing. But when you are aligning your spirit, what this is also meaning is that you're going into a space where you can be a witness for other people. So what happens is a lot of times we want to be so holy and we want to be so righteous and we want to be so gung-ho that we cannot reach anybody. Like the saying says, don't be so heavenly minded that you are no earthly good. And so some people aligning their spirit means pretending to walk on water or to be perfect or to be so holy and righteous so that anything someone says, they have a rebuttal and Jesus Christ is in the rebuttal. And everything someone says, you have to be able to let someone say, I'm really not feeling good. I'm feeling down. I'm stressed. And then you can ask them why. Why are you feeling that? What's causing those feelings? And then you can walk them through and you can be a support system. Instead of them saying, I'm not feeling good and I'm going through a tough time. And then you hitting them across the head. Oh, death and life is in the power of the tongue. Don't speak it. Don't claim it because that's what it's going to be. You are blessed. You're going through nothing. Everything is perfect in your life. And you're so holy that you can't even relate to people, that you can't even help someone, that you can't even hear them. And so I want you to understand that's not what it means by aligning your spirit or putting God first or trusting God. Because the good book tells us you got to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove as you're trying to win the souls of man. So you have to be connected in such a way that you can be spiritually sound and understand that being spiritually sound will protect you when you have to go in the trenches and deal with people who their spirit is the opposite of yours. Those people could be your coworkers. That person could be your boss. That person could be your spouse for a season. That person could be your child, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. And so you have to be spiritually sound, spiritually grounded, and your spirit has to be aligned so you can hear and receive, so you can operate from the right place. And this is so very important. So what I want you to do is create something for yourself. Create a schedule. If it's a schedule, a guy sent me a video of this pastor talking about his schedule, and he wakes up at 4:30 a.m. every morning, and he has an appointment with God at 4:50 every morning. And it sounds good, but look, that's not going to work for me. That's not going to work. That, like Randy says, that's a no for me, dog. I'm not going to be able to do that. And God knows my heart. He knows my spirit. God and we talk more like midnight, because I'm going to be sleeping till 8 a.m. And God understands that. So you need to create something for you, and it needs to be for your spirit and the way you operate and what you need, because we are all different. So you may want to align your spirit in a walk in the morning, 30 minutes. Some people may feel like a walk in the morning is of the devil. So they may be on a different workout plan. And so you have to understand what works for you. Don't copy my daily schedule. Don't copy your pastor's daily schedule. Look at your life. Look at the demands of your life, what you have to do. If you have kids, if you have a spouse, if you have a demanding job, and now create some time, some space in there for yourself where you can connect every day, to where you can get aligned every day, where you can be spiritually grounded, spiritually connected, spiritually aligned. So, and when you do this, what happens is it allows you to grab that connectivity, become grounded, and it helps you to get back to that place in times of turmoil, when you're being tested, when you're being tried, because you have made it a routine to get centered. You will be able to quickly get centered, because now it's second nature for you. You do it every day. It's a part of your routine, and your routine may change. We're big on routine, but I honestly feel like that's what a robot is. We're against the robots taking over. So as humans, we were created with the ability to be complex and to change, to adapt, to shift.
We all want to smell great, right? Well, Perfume.com is doing something special for all you listeners. Visit Perfume.com and get up to 80% off brand name perfumes like Burberry, Calvin Klein, Dolce & Gabbana, and many more. These are 100% authentic fragrances with free shipping and returns, plus an additional 25% off when you use the code TONY25. That's TONY25. Visit Perfume.com today.
So on one day, you may connect at 4:30 a.m. because your spirit woke you up. The next day, you may connect at 7:30 a.m. The next day, you might not connect until 9:30 p.m. You are a human. If you could do it the same time every day, then that's perfect. That is amazing. That would be great. But you're a human, and you have to remind yourself of that and remember that nothing's going to be perfect every single day. Nothing's going to be the same every single day. And to think it will set you up for failure. It'll become very demoralizing if you feel like you have to be perfect every day, if things have to go your way every day. Because what life will do when you create a schedule, it will look you in the face and it will laugh from its gut. It will laugh so hard because it has a plan for your schedule, and it is going to try to rip your schedule to shreds. So instead of being like, a rock in a hard place, you have to be able to adjust like water and fit in any space you're in. And even if you miss your opportunity to get centered in the middle of your coworker getting on your nerves, you take that opportunity and you get centered. So I want you to think about this and realize this is my number one tip. So for me, it means something a little, kind of the same, but a little different. For me, it's more so be in right standing, with God. So what that means for me is that I want my behind the scenes to match my highlight reel. So it won't look the exact same, but what needs to be in both is integrity. So for me as a man and a man of God, as a husband, for me, this means that my spirit needs to be in right standing. So when I'm on Instagram, I need not spend time on the popular page watching women twerk, because that's what the devil's going to put on there. And I need not sin in my spirit, lust in my heart after women in the grocery store, in the mall, driving down the road, in church on Sunday, not lusting in my heart, not sinning against God. Even though my wife can't see everything that I could do, God can. So for me, what it means is to have my spirit in right standing so that I am living knowing that I am being watched 24 hours a day. So even when man cannot see me, God can. So not trying to be one thing for social media and then another thing in real life. So for me, this means I want to treat my wife as if the cameras were on me 24/7. So I need to talk to her and respond to her and treat her and my kids as if I was on a reality show and I was being filmed. How would I want the world to perceive me? If I want to be this loving, responsive, caring, quality time spending husband of a man, father of a man, devoted and dedicated, then guess what? I need to live that on a daily basis. So what happens is I need to pretend a camera is on me and watching me so that this becomes a habit. So that even if I'm faking it in the beginning, it becomes second nature. Like they say, fake it until you make it. It becomes second nature. I teach myself how to respond in these ways and how to really segment my life and create balance in my life, and how to make love to my wife, not physically, but in her mind, make love to her mind, spending quality time, communicating, talking to her, not just working all day and chasing a dream, chasing a dollar, and then pushing friends and family to the back burner. So for me, making sure my spirit is aligned means being really in right standing with God and loving and living and leading the way he has called me to do. That's what it means for me. And when you can take care of your behind the scenes, the highlight reel will take care of itself. So when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing when no one is looking, whatever it may be working out, it may be reading your Bible, it may be studying for school, it may be working on your dream plan, whatever it is, or it may be all of those things at different times. If you take care of your behind the scenes, praying, reading, spending time, growing, your highlight reel will be set up. You will be praised in public. You will win and succeed in the eyes of the public, even if they don't see it right away, even if it doesn't happen right away, even if they never get to see your behind the scenes. Your public life will look like a blessing. When you are struggling, when you are in your storm, people will still see you as blessed. They won't know that you're struggling because of the way you handle your behind the scenes. It allows you to be centered, to be focused, to be driven, to be positive. So look, I just shared with you my first rule for making it a great year. If you want to join me in the year of change, it's a group coaching experience, no more than 40 people, may only have 20, may only have 10. You never know. Visit TonyGaskinsAcademy.com, TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. So this is your opportunity to work with other like-minded people, coach one another, grow together. I would love to connect with you, get to know you. I'll be bouncing ideas off of you. You can bounce ideas off of me and the group. Just a small group experience. And then when we launch Self-Love University, you'll be comped into that for the first year. So visit TonyGaskinsAcademy.com and you'll see it on there, the year of change. Join, sign up, and I look forward to talking to you soon.